Horizon fans are beyond angry at this point, and honestly, who can blame them? We all saw the trailer of Horizon Forbidden Path. That thing was an absolute woke masterpiece. Indigenous Aboriginal Australians, check. Black person that climbs trees and swings from vines like Tarzan, check. At least they had more balls than Disney. Okay, it is what it is. The fattest woman in the history of the planet that creates her own gravitational well, and scientists need to reevaluate the altitude of satellites, check. It is one of the saddest, most pathetic, and hilarious things ever. And needless to say, fans are extremely mad. Also, it's a live service, which makes people even more angry about it. Man, this thing is gonna be dead on arrival, minus negative it's already dead. No one's gonna play it even for free, okay? High will seem like an absolute massive success story, unlike this new Horizon slop.
Sony and PlayStation, masters of the single-player campaign story-driven experience. But when it comes to live services, their track record is kind of utter ass. Right here we have a list of the various live service projects that Sony have either released, are still in development, or have been canceled. And you can see how many live service projects have been canceled, from The Last of Us live service to Twisted Metal live service, Spider-Man live service, God of War live service, so on and so forth. And then there are a couple that have released, like Destruction All-Stars and Gran Turismo 7 and Helldivers 2.
No idea what Destruction All-Stars is.
With Helldivers...
And Helldivers 2, needless to say, is the only successful thing that they have released, or even comes close to actually being released. Holy. And Helldivers 2 wasn't even a Sony thing to begin with, technically, because no one associated it with Sony. Sony just gave a studio money, and it got released under the Sony banner. That's it. Everyone else hated Sony.
Really being the only high-profile live service from Sony that I can think of that was actually successful. And that's a live service that actually stood out from the pack and did its own thing. But then you've got the likes of Concord.
Huh, interesting. Oh yeah, I think Sony's not gonna make any good games for decades at this point. Sony has completely gone the way of the dodo. Now, granted, Nintendo has done the same. They are completely going of Western audiences. Sony has already been doing that for a very long time. And honestly, from all the big game developers, like, what is Sony doing? Nothing. God of War has been made into this femboy shit, pretty much, that's boring and dull. The only thing that Sony has is literally like Helldivers 2 at this point, and that's it.
Thought would be like the next Star Wars, and that released, and 2 weeks later it got shut down, and they issued full refunds, and it made $0 after spending hundreds of millions on it. But then there's the stuff...
$700 million to develop and launch Concord. Greatest buy Sony has ever done. It literally created the meme of the Concord tax, why Sony's PlayStations are getting more expensive.
That's still cooking right now, whether it's Marathon, Bungie's upcoming game, that...
Marathon is not going to be cancelled because Bungie literally has nothing else. If you cancel Marathon, Bungie does not have a single game release probably for the next 5 or 6 years. And Marathon is ass. No one likes Marathon. It looks so stupid, which is kind of a shame, to be completely honest, because honestly, Marathon's world is interesting lore-wise. It is an interesting place. But the way that they presented the stuff that they do, and how absolutely obviously non-binary Marathon is just disgusting.
You know, I'll have to wait and see how that game does. They did like revamp a bunch of stuff after the delay, and they've started to show that off, and it does look
Literally doesn't matter. No one actually thinks it looks better.
better. But whether it'll be enough to make this game succeed as a live service remains to be seen. And then there's all the Horizon stuff that Sony and PlayStation are working on, like a Horizon multiplayer game. And that's a game that finally got announced just kind of randomly out of nowhere 3 days ago on February 5th, 2026. The Horizon multiplayer game is titled Horizon Hunters Gathering, a Horizon live service, essentially. And the best way I can describe it is if you took Monster Hunter.
Oh, wow, he's actually going to show this? Yeah, effectively, Monster Hunter already tried this, and it was a massive disaster.
Or
Absolutely no one liked it. Monster Hunter, again, literally 141 did this, and people hated it. And now Sony's like, let's just do it again, but worse and more gay this time. I'm sure people are gonna love it. Yes, said no one ever. Oh man, these companies, how are they so bad at existing?
Dauntless and
You have IPs that are good. Just literally make a game, remove the politics from it, and there you go. You have something that's gonna sell at least 5 million copies a month one. But no. They can't do that. Because it's like they're allergic to money.
Overwatch Fighter a little bit, made it more of like, not a hero shooter, but a hero monster slayer. You've got characters with really distinct appearances and abilities. And
I mean, distinct appearances is one way to actually. This is probably. By the way, this is trans, isn't it? This is a trans woman. This has to be the hair. I mean, this has to be a trans woman, right?
abilities and toolkits and roles and weapons and whatnot. Though in this scenario, you can actually like pick a role for each character.
I wonder why they're not showing the obese one.
You're not restricted in that area, but each character still overall is really distinct. And much like a Monster Hunter style experience, you've got your main social hub, and then from there you go out into one of the various.
Wait, was that it?
Experience, you've got your main social hub, and then from
Oh no, it's just another plus size.
there you go out into one of the various biomes, do missions, and hunt, in this case, you know, the machines that are monster shaped, with numerous mission types, including machine incursion, which kind of plays a lot like Elden Ring.
Wait, maybe this is why actually Sony sued Tencent for making that Horizon knockoff that looked way better than Horizon ever did. Also, in this, Aloy has a man chin, but at least she doesn't have a beard.
Night Rain, where you go around the world beating ads and looting randomized like weapon upgrades and perks and stat increases and whatnot that leans into roguelite elements. There's even like a battle royale style circle that closes in akin to Night Rain and everything.
Oh boy, but still not done with the battle royale stuff, huh?
And at the end of that, you fight a big boss and hope that you're well equipped enough for it. Then there's Cauldron Descent, which is this multi-stage dungeon-like setup with different chambers that you progress through. That also feels very like roguelite inspired. And it all comes packaged with a very distinct art style from what you normally associate with Horizon.
I mean, when you say it like this, when you say the PowerPoint presentation things, this is almost palatable. But the reality is, I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm looking at the gameplay, and I'm currently absolutely appalled by what I'm seeing. All of this looks boring, generic, and time-wasting. Like, look at this. The platforming. There's platforming here.
Set up with different chambers that you progress through. That also feels very...
Look at this. First of all, the movement is slow.
Like roguelite inspired. And it all comes packaged with a very...
Yeah, you see the platforming. This is stupid. This is boring. This is just padding. No one wants this in a game. If you're selling us Monster Hunter, but Temu, I mean, damn.
Distinct art style from what you normally associate with Horizon. Definitely something a lot more stylized and cartoony. It reminds me of like Arcane or, you know, the Spider-Verse animated movies, maybe with like a sprinkle of Borderlands and Fortnite and the like. And the characters are a lot more animated, and it feels like it's meant to be a lot more like accessible. And the reception surrounding this game...
Here's Aloy. God, what a chin. I could crack diamonds on that bad boy.
Has not been particularly exceptional. It's not been this resounding success from a marketing standpoint. I mean, just scrolling down, you'll find that the likes to dislikes ratio speaks for itself.
Has not been a resounding success is quite a bold statement if I actually am allowed to say that, because no, it's really bad. It's not just has not been a success, is kind of underwhelming.
With 19,000 likes, but a whopping almost 80,000 dislikes. And all of this speaks to just the general fatigue surrounding this pursuit for live services, especially with franchises that people associate with single player experiences, where it feels like it's kind of being ham-fisted. It feels like, they're just trying to make live services out of everything, just in the hopes that it sticks and it becomes a recurrently monetizable venture that Sony can profit off of. It just feels really forced and kind of homogenized amidst all of the other live services that are pursuing similar trends as what this game is kind of showing. And so yeah, scrolling down, the comments are not kind to this particular game and trailer, with the top comment here
from Killzone to this. Oof.
The bravest thing about this trailer is leaving the comments section open. People highlighting, from Killzone to this, referring to Guerrilla Game Studios. Now, they're still working on a single-player Horizon game, but for people who prefer the single-player Horizon games...
Oh, come on. Are there no more other funny comments? Horizon Zero income based. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? Through? Seriously, what kind of yes man echo chamber do Sony employees live in?
Not single-player Horizon game. But for people who prefer the single-player Horizon games, the unfortunate thing is that this co-op multiplayer Horizon game is taking resources away from Horizon 3 right now, with Jason Schreier.
Well, who honestly cares at this point? No one's expecting anything good from Horizon 3 anyway. They're probably gonna spend half their budget animating Aloy's facial hair.
Having reported that Horizon 3 is likely still ways off because Guerrilla Games is currently focused on their co-op game Horizon Hunters Gathering. That's not to say that Horizon 3 isn't in active development, but Horizon Hunters Gathering being the main focus, it does mean that resources were pulled away from Horizon 3, and that development surrounding Horizon 3 right now is not the top priority. They first want to get this game out. And given that Horizon started as a single-player series, and it's what fans of this series prefer, for them to make a Horizon multiplayer game and focus on that and put Horizon 3 on the back burner, it's just not something that Horizon fans are a big fan of. And then gamers in general feeling the live service fatigue and seeing how all of the live services all, again, seem kind of homogenized. Nothing seems like new and fresh anymore.
There is no live service fatigue. Just give us a game that's actually fun. We're gonna play it even if it's a live service.
Or it all seems to be like combinations and amalgams and kind of copies.
I don't care if a good game is a live service or is it a single player. It doesn't matter to me. I'm gonna play it anyway if it's good.
Of other games, but remixed a little bit here and there. It doesn't pave the road to, like, a great reception. This is not what people wanted or...
The only thing that matters in a game beyond is it good or bad, is it a genre that I like.
Or looking forward to. Especially if you're going to attach the Horizon name to it. It's like people associate something very specific to Horizon, and it's not Hunter's Gathering. And so yeah, top comments on YouTube include things like, have I ever told you the definition of insanity, referring to this idea of like doing the same thing over and over and over again when it continues to fail. Then there's another top comment here just saying Horizon Zero income, or this one up here saying, how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? Horizon for...
Is that going to be the video Forbidden Wallet? Yeah, we saw this previously. Is this going to be the name of the video, Horizon Forbidden Wallet?
Forbidden Wallet. Guerrilla Team, please blink twice if you're in danger, so on and so forth. Generally, the reception surrounding this game has been pretty scathing, to people going, meh, I don't know, I'll have to wait and see. And when it comes to a live service, first impressions do matter, because that's how you gauge how many people are genuinely interested and hyped and supporting the game on day one. And the more of an influx of players you get on day one for a live service, the more secure you can be that you can ride this out for the long term, make that recurrent revenue.
Wow, what great analytical prowess, Young. Wow, you're if a game does good, it does good. Wow, Young, please. Oh my God, he's so smart.
Allows you to support the recurrent expenses surrounding a live service for the long term. But when you're immediately met with this kind of derision, what that usually indicates is that people are hesitant to engage with yet another, like, part-time to full-time job. That's what live services tend to be. And with how oversaturated the market is, Horizon Hunters Gathering will have its work cut out for itself in order to win audiences who already have like their go-to live services. Only time will tell whether Hunter's Gathering will be compelling enough as a game and its gameplay loop will be like exciting enough for it to keep people coming back. But yeah, a lot of people are just disappointed that Horizon is being turned into this multiplayer game. It'd be one thing if it was like an addition.
Someone turning Horizon into slop. Wow. I mean, that was kind of on my bingo card.
Mode to a future Horizon game, but instead it's a full-fledged Horizon multiplayer game that gives vibes of other companies who specialize in single-player experiences and have tried to ship a live service only for them to fail. We saw it with BioWare and Anthem. We saw it with Arcane when they shipped Redguard. We saw it with Marvel Avengers when Crystal Dynamics went from making single-player games like Tomb Raider to then making a live service like Marvel's Avengers. All those have just...
Yeah, everyone's trying to get on. Dude, still, by the way, you think the craze of the live service games is over, considering it crashed and burned like a couple of years ago? But now, it's still there, obviously. Every big company is still trying to make a live service game so they can get that steady revenue stream because it just looks good and is predictable and is nice for stockholders and whatnot. Man, disappointing, isn't it? I mean, again, I don't think live service games are bad necessarily. I'm a fan of live service titles, obviously. I play World of Warcraft, currently just bought a fucking level boost for Burning Crusade. Sue me. It is what it is, boys. So please, by the way, like the video right now and subscribe if you haven't already. That boost costed I spent $100 in total for the subscription and the boost. Jesus Christ. Okay? Blizzard needs to check their pricings because it's ass. In any case, yeah, everyone tries to do it. I don't think live service games are necessarily inherently bad. I think they're great, in fact. It's just most of them are slop because the idea is to be slop. Remember, people love Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact is literally garbage. Genshin Impact is barely a fucking game. And people adore it. People love it. So, yeah, this is why everything is slop, because everyone wants to still make Genshin Impact all these years later because it just generates so much money. And Genshin Impact is slop. And it is the prime time live service at the end of the day. But, I mean, good live services exist. Helldivers 2 is technically a live service, by the way, if you did not know. There are examples of this. Now, too bad we're not getting a lot of good examples of this, but I'm looking forward to live services. I think it's gonna be good. I think there's gonna be something that's really fun and really great. Anyway, that was Young, yeah, 10 out of 10, bye!